Hello YouTube. So I got some pretty positive reviews and from the last video, so we're gonna make another one. This one we're just gonna we're a couple days past a snowstorm, so we're just kind of getting ready, getting everything cleaned up, and we're gonna end up going to buy more salt in the most ineffective way possible. So far all I've done was taking the plows off. I did not wash them. I wasn't thinking when I took them off, but there's super fluid filmed and everything. This one never even went out, so it's fluid filmed, and it's going to rain later today and pretty much for the rest of the week, so I'm not too worried about this. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so we're back here at the pit. I've got it loaded with salt. We just dump it off right here with the salter. I know somebody's going to say that it's going to be a lot more cost effective and easier and just cheaper and everything. More efficient just to get it by the load. There's two reasons why I don't do that. One, well really three. A lot of the companies have like a minimum on how much salt you can buy per ton. This is just easier because we just really use this as a reserve for whenever we get into a shortage, and we just fill it every once in a while. The second reason, I don't have walls up here yet, and it's pretty easy for the salt to spill off if I get like a dump truck load. I got two of the blocks here, but I don't have a skid steer yet. That tractor is my brother-in-law's, and I try to use it, you know, minimal, because it's brand new. I don't want to get it all rusty and everything because I don't own it. So for now, this is kind of our best bet, our best option that we could do. And yeah, so so we emptied that out. While I was doing that, I was greasing the salter over here. I just slipped and almost ate shit. I put this in. This is an old salter. This is like a 1999. It's really old. But I've added this to it, and it just goes down and greases that bearing at the end of that. Right here, there's a bearing at the end of the auger right there, and you need to grease that. I try to grease it at least once a week. So now all we got to do, we're going to put this the spinner back on this, which I just set over there, and we're going to go wash everything. This is a decent, it's all right amount of reserve salt. I was just at the dealer, or not the dealer, but the supply yard, and they've got two, they've got to be probably 50 by 20 bins, and they're completely full. So as of right now, we're not too worried about a salt shortage. They're talking about a salt shortage, but I think we have enough salt to at least get us through January. So then I would use this after January, which after January, really March is our biggest worry. That's it. And we should be all set. We also have 5 pallets of normal salt. There's 2 here, and I got 2 over here stacked up. We use these for sidewalks, but if we have to, we could use it into the truck. And that's 1 pallet of eco-friendly, pet safe. Yeah, I only have one contract that requires that, so that's our 2nd pallet of the year. We've been kind of getting swamped with snow. The amount of snow that we've gotten so far is already the amount of snow that we had last winter for the whole winter, and we are, I think it's January 5th or 6th right now. So we're kind of getting hammered, but it's not a big problem. But yeah, so let's go wash this truck, and then we might wash that truck after. I'm not sure. I don't think that one really needs it. That one didn't go out last week at all. So I had another guy, I hired a new guy, and he just would rather use his truck, and all he does is sidewalk, so it's not a big issue for me. But yeah, alrighty, let's do this. So there isn't really a great way that I could prop the phone up and show you the whole truck, so I'm just going to describe what I'm doing, and then I'll set up the time lapse right there. It'll be kind of hard to see from there. But what I do is so the whole underside of the truck is undercoated with fluid film really thick, so I don't really spend a lot of time under the truck. I'll just do a quick pass under there. But like here in the wheel wells, I get pretty good. Obviously all the body paint and shit. I don't have any fluid film on the outside, so I try to wash that off at least once a week. And then the salter is where I spend a lot of time. I don't have a grate up here because it broke and I didn't buy a new one. And it works fine without it, so I'm not too worried about it. But like all of these cross members, I try to get off really, really good. I mean, these are already pretty shot. These cross members are pretty rusty. I even bent this one right here, putting it into the truck. But down there where all the extra salt is, I try to get all that out. The spinner is another pretty big one. I try to keep clean. All this crust on the side of it and everything, I try to get all that out. And underneath my flap right here, I try to get, because salt, it's really easy to miss all of that salt right there. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I spend a lot of time on the mirrors and the windows too, because those are a pain. So, all right, let's get to it. So right there is my patch job. After I cleaned it, I bought it like this. It was cracked, and I just put a bunch of JB Weld on it, and it's been holding up for 4 years now. So this is how I like it. Everything's out of the channel right there. There's no salt on the cross members. That's all clean. Back here is all clean. No salt on anything except for the floor right there. And I got underneath this right here. So that's good. The video cut out at the end of it while I was opening this door. I tried to get right there because that's like your number one spot where your truck's gonna rust out. Same thing with below the door. I get that. And I did spray underneath the truck really quick, but nothing crazy. The fluid film's still on it. But you can see the truck's already starting to rust out. This is a 10-year-old truck, and it's done nothing but plow snow. The same thing with the other truck. Again, I didn't do these. I bought the truck like this. But this is kind of. But yeah, that's how we do this. We do this every storm, after every single storm. I mean, if we get 3 storms back to back, obviously we're gonna just wait till the end of it. Same thing if it's below or in single digits. I try not to do this because it just freezes the whole truck, and then yeah. So But yeah, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of it. I'm pretty new at this, so any feedback is greatly appreciated.